Paul Benza. First, here's what Stanza had to say.
I must say that we are privileged to have a very large squad that we can think around with. So we had the pleasure of changing, I think, about 6 players when we played ZPC Kariba. And then, of course, today we also have the pleasure of changing 4 players that we were managing. So our so-called big players didn't play in Kariba. They played second half in Kariba, but today they are all starting. So in terms of recovery, in terms of the energy in the team, I think we are well covered in that area. So we should expect a lot of energy from the last today. The front line for us today has the top three players from last season, and then of course Timon Machope as well.
Yeah, we have been preparing for this game, and we always prepare for a game just like another game. And for us, we're not reading much into Scotland. We're just preparing them just like we prepare against any other team, because for us, all teams in the Premier League are very strong, and they are competitive. And there's no team that we are underrating, or there's no team that we are respecting too much. So we're just going to go all out and then do our best. This is only week 9. And all we need is to try and gather as many points as we can. But if we fail to get those points, we fight another day. So we're not under any pressure at all.
That was first of Stanza, and then second, Uncle Paul Benza, saying that not reading much into Scotland's whatever outlook, they treat each team as the same strength in the Premiership. That's Paul, the man they call Uncle, Paul Uncle Benza, the head coach at Herentials. Talking about IB9, that's Innocent Benza. He plays with his son, Tino Tenda Benza, up front. And currently, the only father and son combination playing top flight football in world football. Well, but let's find out what Uche thinks first about this star-studded Scotland side against, name for name. There's no way. But Chief Justice did say Herentials just do their things quietly. Right now, they are doing it quietly as well. 11th in the standings on 9 points. If they win, they'll only jump 1 place. But Uche, Scotland, the star-studded side against Herentials, who Chief Justice did say they just do their things quietly.
Yeah, if you look at Scotland, in terms of stars, yes, they have them. It's a galaxy, a player for player, position for position. They are far much better than Herentials. But like I said earlier on, if you look at the sum total of that individual talent, the cohesion is not there. Because right now, they should be exploding in the league and being unstoppable because they have the players. But the day they will gel, the sooner the better. It will be a difficult proposition for other teams in the league. But I liked what the coach for Herentials said. Very humble, and at the same time saying, I'm not disrespecting Scotland, but let's go there. We are 11 against 11. Let's see how it ends. It shows you that they are prepared for the game. If you look in the rear view mirror, predicated on the recent games, 4 games for each played so far. Scotland has got 3 draws and 1 victory. That's a success rate of 50%. And Herentials 2 victories and a draw and a loss. They have 7 out of 12, 58% success rate. So based on recent form, predicated on current form, Herentials are better than Scotland. So if they continue on that trajectory, bookmaking based on recent history, Herentials are supposed to prevail over Scotland.
Yeah. So already Uche Pandia to Bunza predictions. You know who you will predict to win, eh? Well, let's wait and find out. He might change. I don't know. But yes, Herentials were the best placed team from Harare last season. And Herentials, like I said, they are on 9 points. But remember, their game against Kwekwe United 3 weeks ago, Kwekwe United did not arrive. That case goes before the PSL's disciplinary committee next Monday. And if Herentials do get awarded the 3 points on a 3-0 scoreline, which looks likely, but this is sub judice, it still has to appear before the tribunal. They will go on 12 points irrespective of the result against Scotland. But Chief, as we heard Uncle say, not worried about Scotland. So how do you think Herentials, the students, will approach this game? We've seen on the lineup that Innocent, IB9, Benza, and his son, Tino, are part of the front line. How do you think Paul Benza will have set his team here?
No, I think he's more centered in central midfield. That's where their strength is. They've got two boys who does the job very well. Yes, the combination of IB Benza and Tino is quite notable. Everyone knows they've been doing this for last few years, and we know how much work. And the Herentials thrives on the ability of strength, and they keep running the whole match. You know, they never give up. But I know they were going to pinpoint players and try to minimize Karma, Walter here and there, and try to approach him, get a goal, and they go and settle. This is, I think, they're going to bring in. They also have Kawandera, who can score goals as well. He will be ghosting in as a last man in the box, late in the boxes, right, and for headers and so forth. Yeah.
Yep. Right. Okay. The pictures, we're ready to do battle. But before we cross over to our two guys in the commentary box, Uche, prediction.
I can foresee Herentials prevailing over Scotland.
Scoreline?
1-0.
1-0. Uche says 1-0 for the students. Chief Justice.
For now, I want to settle for a draw. I'm not quite sure who's going to score first, because I know how Herentials play. They don't usually go outright, but usually they wait for the chance. One chance, they can. But Scotland can also bring in goals. But I'm going for a draw. Okay, right. Let's cross over to Rufaro. In the commentary box, there is Innocent IB9 on the extreme right. In the commentary box for us today is Ginola William Tingwa sitting alongside Joseph Nkani. So we'll cross over to Rufaro Stadium. First, the national anthems will take place. And then we'll be talking to you at halftime. It's Mavira Vira taking on the students.
That's the national anthem for you. Thursday, 1 May 2025. The 121st day of the year, a day set aside to pay tribute to all individuals who contribute tirelessly and provide services to different sectors, as that contribution and sweat has shaped societies and economies across the globe. I salute you all workers, and a warm welcome to the ceremonial home of football, Rufaro Stadium, where we are having a clash of the August House here in Honorable Scott Sakukanya's Scotland FC Mavirawira and Honorable Innocent Benza of Herentials FC, the students. With me in the commentary box is the man from the COP, Joseph Kani.
Oh yes, thank you, Willie. It's good to be here once again to see a game that is pitting Scotland Mavirawira versus the student Herentials, who are separated by only 6 positions. Because as we speak now, going into this game, Scotland are position 5 and Herentials are on position 11. And 13 points for Scotland and 9 points for Herentials. We wait to see which team is going to get all the 3 points. Will they share the spoils, or one team will go happier than the other?
Yes, Joseph, as you see the match officials there, Nelson Meke, the center referee, Brilliant Sibanda, the first assistant referee Francis Chirwa, second assistant Owen Manenda, the fourth official, and Edson Kau is the match commissioner. They've just conducted the toss there, and we are ready to kick off here at Rufaro Stadium. Let's see who is going to kick us off here as we see Herentials, and that is Scotland for you in a change strip, black shorts and grey tops, black stockings here, and the Herentials. That is the lineup for the home side. Nelson Chajgain goes, Godnos Mruira, Kelvin Moyo, Peter Mudua, Ronald Fubizai, Frederick Bochway, Emmanuel Saidi, Watam Sona, Lino Vichikua, Kama Biliad, and Taimon Machope. And for Herentials in goals is Tinotenda Isheta Karinda, Wilmo Chimbetu, Brydon Majarira, Tinashe Mupuma, Melvin Mukiwa, Rauf Kaundera, Innocent Benza, Eric Dombo, Blessing Piri, Kunda Insangare, and Tinotenda Benza. So the captain this afternoon for Scotland is Watam Sona with jazz number 10, and Tino Benza for Herentials with jazz number 7. And the two coaches for, that is Scotland in your picture there with their pre-match ritual here at Rufaro Stadium. And the Herentials also doing theirs on the city end. There they are, seeking divine indulgence and there. So what it means here is the home side Scotland who kick from right to left here, that is attacking the city end goal here and defending the Mbare end, and likewise Herentials will be attacking the Mbare end and defending the city end. And the referee there, Nelson Meke, is urging the two teams that time is up, we need to kick off here. And Joseph, the two coaches here, Celestino Benza for Herentials employing a 4-5-1 formation, and Donderai Tanzandiraya for Scotland employing a 4-2-3-1 formation.
Well, yes, I think the two teams have deployed a formation, which for me is actually a conservative approach to this game. I think Celestino Benza wants to contain what is seemingly maybe the damage or the threat posed by Scotland. And on the other hand, Coach Donderai Tanzandiraya is approaching this game with caution, but at the same time having potential going forward. And I think it's going to be an open game because these two teams actually enjoy playing football. All we want to expect this afternoon is to see two teams that will come in and give all they have. And well, if you look at the colors, Willie, is it not interesting? Just as trivia, Scotland are traditionally known to be putting on a blue color, which you might say Dynamo's colors. And today they are putting on black kit, which might say is teasing Highlanders. Is this a statement from Scotland to say we are here to disturb the status quo? Dynamos with your blue, we can do better. Highlanders with your black and white, we can do better.
For the past couple of weeks, some superstitious beliefs, superstitious nonsense you might call it, have been going around. Maybe they are saying the blue jersey is giving them some bad luck. As IB9, the Honorable Innocent Benza, kicks off here at Rufaro Stadium, finding Rauf Kaundera. So Herentials kicked us off here, and that is Tinashe Puma all the way back to Tinotenda Takarinda in goals. Long ball forward. Throw into Ronald Fundidai of Scotland, who is playing left back today. Gareth Madake has been benched by Donderai Tanzandiraya. So Ronald Fundidai, there is in your picture behind the throw, finding Kamabilia, back to Fundidai. Saidi Emmanuel, shooting the ball well. Finding Fumbizai. Fumbizai is looking for Taimon Machope. But Wilmore Chimbetu. Emmanuel Saidi in possession now in the center circle. Looking for Kamabiliat. That is actually Lino Chikua, and a free kick by Nelson Meke there to Scotland. Nelson Chajga with that feel of the ball there. And interestingly, Joe, talking to Scotland FC, they are saying there are two goalkeepers. They don't actually have a first choice goalkeeper, but they say you can only be destroyed if you lose. So Talbot Shumba started at the beginning of the season, and when they lost 1-0 here to get the Platinum Stars, that's when he lost his number 1 jersey to Nelson Charger, who is due to lose a game. So Nelson Charger is commanding the jersey at the moment.
Yeah, well, it's debatable, really, because you may say you substitute your keeper after a bad game, but at the same time, you want to maintain confidence in a goalkeeper. That's number one. And number two, you want to maintain some consistency in your defensive structures. You don't want to always disrupt your defensive formation by alternating your goalkeepers like it's a shift in a corporate setting.
Bochwe, Frederick Bochwe finds Machope. Billiard to Fumbidai. Can he whips in a cross? Header by Machope. Goal kick to Tinotenda Isheta Karinda. So it's 4 minutes gone here and the scoreboard is still blank. Scotland, the home side, nil. Herentials 1. There is time on Machope, just number 470 for you. And Tinotenda Isheta Karinda goes for Herentials in a pink top and a blue short. Preparing that the Scot. That's the Herentials bench actually.
Yes, this is the Herentials bench.
Yes, and you can see there Celestino Benza, the coach, and the brother to IB9 who is on the starting lineup here. Long goal kick by Takarinda. Headed back by Mano Saidi. Watamsona battling with Wilmo Chimbetu. Just number 4 is Kundai Sangare. Chimbetu forward, looking for Tino Benza. Kelvin Moyo wins the battle. Fubidai. Mupuma. Kinaishe. Throw into Fubidai. Saidi. Back to Fubidai. Looking for Kamabiliat. Saidi. Saidi to Fubidai. Back to Kelvin Moyo. Finds goalkeeper Nelson Charjga. Peter Mdua. Former of Highlanders, the vice captain. Frederick Bochwe. Back to Bochwe. Fumbidza in possession. Peter Mdua. On the far side there. Losing possession, Tinotenda Benza. The captain for Herenda was in possession now. Step over. IB9! Herenda was there missing a Sita Joseph and Tinotenda Benza, the captain there. He should have just tucked the ball in, but he couldn't connect it.
Yes, but that coming as a promising move that was developed from the left wing on the part of the Herentials. And I think the cross that was centered into the box and Tinotenda Benza's run were not in sync. Otherwise, it was a threatening incident there for Scotland to start thinking about.
And now Takarinda Tinotenda finding Wilmo Chimbetu. Looking for Sangare, but Saidi wins it to Fumbidai. Saidi to the wrong man. Kapuma looking for Benza, but couldn't find it. Moyo belts it up forward. Bed bounce there for Sangare. Fumbidai is fouled. Free kick to Fumbidai. Still Herenta's new, Scotland new. Kelvin Moyo behind the free kick now. Looking for Bochwe, was looking for 8. This is Fumbidai at the center of the park toward Amsona. Kamabiliat. Bochwe. Bad pass by Bochwe there looking for Fumbidai, but throw into Fumbidai, the left back for Scotland. Looks like something wrong with the Kamabiliat there, but the referee says play on. Kelvin Moyo. Peter Mdua. Part of the Warrior squad that qualified for the AFCON finals. Kelvin Moyo looking for Machope. Headed it forward, but to no man's land. That should be a throw into Herentials. Well shepherded out for a throw in. Herenda was a very, very unpredictable side here, and last season they finished 5th and becoming the highest placed team in Harare. Celestino Benza in our picture there, Joe.
Yes, yeah, he's one of the coaches who would say they are operating outside the spotlight. Not much attention is given to him, but if you look at the way he has molded and motivated and shaped the Herentials team, you can see that is a coach who somehow playing good football as well as being tactful in the way he motivates his players.
and previously he was coaching the developmental side in Division 1. And when Kumbirai Mutuokuziwa, the long-time coach for Herentials, departed for Ngezi, then Celestino Benza became the coach, and now chance for the honorable IB9 Innocent Benza. The free kick, he normally comes with an out footer, but he leaves it behind for Tinashe Mpuma. Wumo Chimbeti is also calling for it. So it's going to be Chimbetu. I'm not sure if he's related to the singers. There's Chimbetu. That's for the goalkeeper. Too close to Nelson Chajga. Finding Linot Chikua. Kasolaga Premier League top goal scorer last season to Bochwe. Bochwe finds Emmanuel Saidi. Scribes a circle. Finding Bochwe. Machope. Trying to find for Kamabiliad, but not Bochwe finds Fubizai. To Wotamsona, the captain. To Kamabiliad. Back Hugh looking for Msona, but Msona was nowhere. Hooked out of danger by Herentials. Looking for IB9. Saidi wins it to Kelvin Moyo. God knows Muruira now. He's looking for Machope. Good shooting of the ball. Linot Tikua. Back to Machope. Machope to Msona, but couldn't find him there. Kumbizai. Looking for Machope. Header. Away. Mpuma trying to save the throw, and yes he does. He keeps it alive. Looking for Tino Benza. But it rolls to kindly to Kelvin Moyo. Peter Mdua now. Judging Muruira now in possession. Finding Linot Chikua. Going for pass is brought down. Free kick there awarded by Nelson Meke. Also from the shield was the far side assistant referee. Had his flag up, Joe. So far so good from the officials.
Yeah, so far so good, and he has earned himself a yellow card, Kelvin Mukiwa there, for that pull. He had been beaten for pace. As you can see there, he was pulled back. So Melvin Mukiwa ending the first yellow card of the game in the 11th minute of the match.
Yes, on 11 minutes already a yellow card to Melvin Mukiwa. So a set piece for Scotland and a chance for God knows Muruira to whip one inside the box. And they've got a Joe Machope, that's Celestino Benza, the coach, with his assistant there. Bellowing some few instructions to their defenders. And God knows Muruira. There is confirmation of the yellow card to Melvin Mukiwa. Just number 19 for Herentials. Muruira. Headed away by Herentials. Looking for Tino Benza. Has it under control. Blocked by Fumbizai Foul. I think that's open start there. And the referee is making sure that nothing is wrong with Tino Tenda Benza, the captain for Herentials. One Herentials player there was not happy, and that's dangerous play by Fubizai. Fubizai, former of Caps United, also played for Bloemfontein Celtic in South Africa. Came back to Scotland. I remember him scoring a spectacular goal away in DRC for the Warriors under coach Sandesh Zambra.
Yeah, he's one player who has seen it all and went all the way to play for the Zimbabwe Warriors. So bringing his experience into this team on behalf of Scotland.
That should be offside. Correctly called by Francis Chidgo, the far side assistant referee. Timon Machope. That was a quick pass by Kamabiliad after some clumsy work by Wilmo Chimbetu. There is Timon Machope. Thumbs up to Kamabiliad. IB9. Puma. Benza. Tino. Cross blocked by Herentials. Now we're watching better all the way back to the goalkeeper. Tinotenda Isheta Karinda. Long ball wide over the center circle. Fubizai misses it. But finally wins it back to Kelvin Moyo. The goalkeeper, Nelson Chaga, in possession now. Peter Mdua. What can he do now? a catchy affair here. Chikua back to Dua. Dua to Botchway. Botchway back to Dua. Peter Dua looking for Saidi. Saidi dispossessed there by Herentials. And that was Eric Dombo. Fighting on the pressure. Mudua finding God knows Murwira. This is Zizo. Lino to Chikua. To Saidi, back to Chikua. Was looking for Timon Machope, but not to be. All the way back to Nelson Charga. To Kelvin Moyo. Kelvin Moyo also played in South Africa for Chipa United, played for SC Platinum, played for Dynamos. Now it's Scotland. Botchway, looking for Machope. In control, couldn't beat Chimbetu. Will Mochibetu. Looking for IB9. Nice flick to his son. Nice play, Eric Dombo. Ralph Kaundera. Back to Dombo. Second bite of the jerry by Dombo. Herentials. Scribing a second destination Puma. Chinotenda Benza. Rumochi Betu. Can whip in across. He finds the captain. Badly done by Tino Benza. Machope. Kama Billiard. 2360 finding water Amsona. To Machope. Well blocked there and the offside flag is up to Machope.
Willie, as we reach the 15-minute mark at the moment, the two teams, so far this season, none of the two teams have conceded a goal in the first 15 minutes of the match. And on the other side, none of the two teams so far have scored a goal in the first 15 minutes of the match. So they have maintained their form in as far as the first 15 minutes of any match is concerned in the league so far.
And that was a hurriedly taken shot there by Herentials, Prof. Kaundera. There's also much traveled. He played for Triangle United, played for Herentials in Division 1, played for SC Platinum. I remember him missing a sitter away to Simba Bora of Tanzania in a Champions League match when the match was still 1-0 and they had scored. It was going to be 1-1. But it happens in football. God knows Murwira. Finding Peter Mdua. Kama Billiard. Brilliant touch by Billiard, finding Zizo. But Melvin Mukiwa, the man was yellow carded, does well. Ralph Kaundera winning the tussle over Kama Billiard. Kama Billiard is fighting. Mudua to Billiard. Botchway. Finds Saidi, back to Billiard. Looking for Machope. It's too high, but Machope wins it. Looking for captain, but it's too. Herentials Guru Mochibetu. Trying to find Kundai Sangare. Free kick to Herentials according to Nelson Meke. A cage affair here at Rufaro Stadium. 17 minutes gone. Scotland, the home side, new. Herentials new. And today, Joe, we have another match 45 or so kilometers away from here at Ngoni Stadium. Moz versus Manika Diamonds, the Ngoda Boys, and the Pandas.
Yes, and Moz is a team that is enjoying their new home in Norton, which they officially opened by beating Dynamos by a solitary goal that was scored by Cloud Mapoka to give them a housewarming party that they celebrated all night. And of course, we wait to see if Manika Diamond, coming all the way from Mutare, are going to disturb the Norton rhythm.
There's confirmation on the score line. Scotland FC new, Herentials new. Mabirawira taking on the students here. Saidi, long ball looking for Machope. Very strong time on Machope. Former of Simba Bora.
As we speak now, Willie, Manika Diamond have scored their first goal of the match, and this their goal coming in 17th minute. So as it is, Moz are trailing Manika Diamond by 1-0, which was scored in 17th minutes by Manika Diamond.
That's not so good news to the Pandas there. Remember, they were dislodged on top of the log by Simba Bora, who earned a hard-fought victory at Bata Stadium to the basement side, Kweke United. Eric Dombo breaks for Herentials. Then control. Cross Benza! What a header by Benza there. He rose highest and his glancing header there missed the target. That's the captain for you, Joe.
That is Chino Benza territory. He's one player who gives opponents a problem. Look at the ball there that was flighted from the left wing. A beautiful cross was sent in, and then of course he timed his positioning, just didn't get the right connection, and he ground his header past the far upright post. Otherwise it could have been a good goal for Herentials. Look at his leap there. He beat his marker to the ball, and of course he didn't get the good connection. Tino Benza there missing the target by a few meters.
Yes, Ronald Fumbija was beaten in the air by Tino Benza, the captain. Now Kama Billiard. Back to Saidi Emmanuel, finding Peter Mdua. There he is trailing on the ball. To the defensive linkman Saidi. Saidi to Ronald Fumbizai. Calvin Moyo in possession now. Finding Peter Mdua. They can't penetrate this stubborn Herentials. God knows Murwira. The Warriors player, Timon Machope. Kama Billiard. Frederick Bochwe. Fumbizai. For communication between Fumbizai and Msona. Tino Benza. Tinashe Mupuma. Kama Billiard with a great chance here. Carol City. That was poor decision making by Kama Billiard. Little Chiku was coming in, he was looking for the ball, but he tried to come up with a spectacular Carola there, but then it goes out for a goal kick to Herentials.
Yeah, not too sure whether he was going for target or he was actually teeing up a teammate to finish it off, but otherwise at the end of it all, it was not a well executed ball that he sent through the Kama Billiard.
Mudua finding Bochwe.
As we speak right now, Willie, from based on the result in Norton, the score line in Norton, Manica Diamond are currently in 4th position, tied with Ngezi Platinum on 15 points.
Yes, they've destroyed the Highlanders on 4th position there. And what most need to reclaim top position is a draw or a win against Manica Diamond today. Watam Sona trying to stretch there, but couldn't do it quite right. Ralph Kondera. Mekiwa. Crossfield pass, but it will roll out for a throw into Ronald Fumbida of Scotland FC. Quickly taken. Now Fumbida in possession, finding Emmanuel Saidi. Mudua to Bochwe. Frederick Bochwe looking for Timon Machope. Lino Chikua. Badly done, but Mukiwa does well. Herentials. Tinashe Mpuma beats one man in the center circle. Looking for support, Ralph Kondera. He was looking for Eric Dombo. But Murwira doing well there, but throwing to Herentials. 22 minutes gone here to Rufaro Stadium. And that goal scored by Manica Diamonds versus Moors is only the second time Moors has been breached this season. The other time it was Bigita Minerals who scored at Sakuba Stadium, and today Manica Diamonds scoring the first ever goal to be considered by Moors at Ngoni Stadium.
Yes, yeah, Lloyd Mtasa is doing well, very, very well at Moors FC, because he's tight at the back. He's not generous with goals. You will have to sweat out for your goals to score against Moors, which is kudos to Stanley Mtasa Samaita for the good work that he's doing there from Norton.
Half-hearted appeals for a penalty by Tino Benza, but the referee had none of it. Throw into Herentials. Be taken by Mukiwa. He's looking for Ralph Kaondera. Very experienced. Tussling for possession with Mudua. God knows Murwira now. Looking for Chukua to Kama Billiard. Kama Billiard passed his marker. He was pulled down. Appealing for a free kick. The referee says no. Chagrin from the Scotland officials. But Joe, I think that was a pull on Kama Billiard. I'm sure he was quite right in claiming a free kick there.
Yeah, evidently so, Willie. That was a pull on Kama Billiard, who had gone loose and going for goal there. I think the referee, this particular incident, I think look at the side, he got, yeah, well, he was pulled, evidently he was pulled. Very unfortunate there for Kama not to get a free kick awarded to him there. So, yeah, it's a miss on the part of the referee this afternoon.
And that was Eric Dombe being very fortunate there, and maybe that could have been a yellow card offense because Kama was breaking loose. Free kick was quickly taken, not to the referee's liking, and Ralph Kwanzaa has to play the ball back to where it's supposed to be taken by Melvin Mukiwa. Find this goalkeeper in Tinotenda Isheta Karinda. Taking his time, preparing a long ball over the center circle, looking for Tinotenda Benza. Wins the header over Kelvin Moyo. Watamsona, Fumbidai. Looking for Kama Billiard, is too short, and Umo Chimbetu. Mukiwa Melvin. Long ball to Benza, but overcooked. Throw into.
I think we have seen more of those balls, Willie, where Herentials are trying to send long balls, long and high balls into their final third. Whereas that's where you see only Tino Benza. I mean, Innocent Benza is not a runner, as it were. He would want to get the ball to his feet. So I think maybe Herentials may need to relook into that to say how do they send the balls up front? What quality of balls are they sending up front? Because it's only Tino Benza who is a running striker and not getting much out of Innocent Benza. Innocent Benza will want the ball to his feet.
Exactly, Joe. I can't agree and disagree. I can't agree with you more there. Innocent Benza, he needs the ball on his feet, and also considering his age. Remember, he's 53. Good cross there, Machope! Over the bar. That's when we need the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo who can hang up in the air. Part of the crowd here supporting Scotland, of course. Good, and it was too high, and he tried to spring himself up there. There is the cross by Bochwe. Machope rose highest, but couldn't quite come up with the connecting header. Tundera no picture there. Scotland technical bench. Nice one Muchekela, the assistant to Tundera Indiraya. Now throwing on the far side to Herentials. 60 minutes we are playing here at Rufaro Stadium. Throwing to Herentials. And Joe Dubai Pasha there at Simbabora, doing very well there, Joseph.
Yes, and he had a shaky start this season at Simbabora. Of course, they were not losing many games, but they were just not getting the right kind of results. But they seem to have turned the corner, and Joe Lupata Dubai seems to have turned the ship around at the defending champions Simbabora out there in Shamba. So we hope he's going to maintain that form and defend the title on behalf of Simbabora.
There is Tinashe Puma, Wulmo Chimbetu, losing it to Timon Machope. But unfortunately, he couldn't keep it in play. Throw into Herentials.
He was caught napping there.
Definitely.
And look at the fans, they're enjoying themselves. They are all in blue. They are not Dynamos fans, mind you. These are Scotland fans who are dressed in blue, and they are looking colorful and enjoying themselves this afternoon, which is good for the game of football.
Yes, Fumbidai there conceding a throw in, and it's for Wilmo Chimbetu or Tinashe Mpuma, who is going to take it for Herentials on the near side here. Just in front of their technical bench, quickly taken. Wilmo Chimbetu finds Ralph Kaondera, Melvin Mekiwa. Eric Dombo is calling for it. But it's played forward to Tino Benza. Ralph Kaondera, can he keep it alive? Throw into Herentials. Good nose, Murugura doesn't agree with the referee. But Nelson Meke, the match official this afternoon, says it's throw into Melvin Mekiwa, the man who was yellow carded in the 19th minute.
Looks like he's going to send in a long throw into the box. Look at the mascot there. That's the Scotland mascot. These are the scenes that you want to see both on the stadium as well as watching on your TV at home.
Long throw inside the box. Chance for Herentials. And it's comfortably collected by Nelson Chajga, former of Ngezi Platinum Stars, former under 20 goalkeeper, Kelvin Moyo, Emmanuel Saidi, Frederick Bochwe, looking for Chikua, Machope. Mekiwa comes out best, finding Eric Dombo. Eric Dombo to Sangare. That was Ralph Kaondera to Tino Benza, back to Dombo. Blocked by, is it Peter Mdua? Venturing forward. Dombo, Eric. Battling for possession with the Chikua. And he wins a free kick there. Chikua being adjudged to be pulling Eric Dombo. So Ulmo Chimbetu is behind that set piece. There it is the replay, Joseph.
He had done very well there. He had shielded the ball and he had struggled to get himself extricated from that grip. But of course, the referee tried to play advantage, which did not accrue, and the referee rightly calling back as a free kick to the students.
Ulmo Chimbetu looking for Ralph Kaondera. Finds Tinashe Mpuma. Well blocked by Saidi. Emmanuel Saidi has been doing all the donkey work in front of the Scotland rear guard there, and with approaching the 30th minute mark, there's Wilson Ulmo Chimbetu actually. Tinashe Mpuma finding Melvin Mukiwa. Looking for Tino Benza, the captain. Scorer of the only goal against Greenfield last weekend here. That is last Friday, actually, when they managed to collect 3 points against Greenfield. Tinotenda Enza, the scorer in the first half. And the 4 goals Scotland has scored so far this season, Joseph, all of them coming in the first half. They haven't scored a goal in the second half.
Very correct, Willie. If you look at even the stats, right now Scotland have scored 2 goals in the second 15 minutes of the first half. In other words, midway through the first half, 2 goals for Scotland. And Herentials haven't scored a goal in the second 30 minutes of the game. In terms of conceding the goals, Scotland haven't conceded a goal in the second 30 minutes of the game, and Herentials have conceded 1 goal in the second 15 minutes of the first half.
So that means all the 2 defenses here are very mini. Linochko keeps it alive, but couldn't keep it in play. Eric Dombo in possession now. Finding IB9. Too slow. Saidi was fast. Chikua. Looking for Kama Billiard, but Mekiwa. Ralph Kaondera. Sorry, this is Mekiwa now.
He couldn't keep it in play.
Yes, throwing to Herentials. Quickly taken by Chikua to Kama Billiard. Back to Chikua. Hospital pass. Free kick to Herentials there. I'm not sure was impeded. There is confirmation of the scoreline here. First half, 31 minutes according to our watch here. Scotland FC nil. Herentials in nil. That was open starts there.
Yes, yeah, it's Brighton Majarira.
Brighton Majarira.
Yeah.
Yes, the centre back. There is Brighton Majarira in your picture. Preparing to dispatch. Free kick for Herentials. Is it going to be a long one? Yes. Looking for Eric Dombo. Tino Benza. Beaten to it by snapshot over the bar. Goal kick to Nelson Charger. That was Tino Benza again.
He tried to come in there.
That's
Sangari. He tried to come in with a snapshot. Of course, the idea was right. Look at the range of his shot. It was well taken, well delivered, but of course it was off target to trouble Nelson Charger for Scotland in goals.
Peter Mdua in possession now. He's looking for support. Finds it in God knows where. Back to him. Finds Emmanuel Saidi. Chance for Herentials there. Mpuma Tinashe. Finding Benza. Dombo! Over the bar from Eric Dombo. Very unselfish for Tino Benza. Part of the crowd here. Obviously those are Scotland supporters in the VIP stand.
Yes, and look at that. I think the ball was placed behind Tino Benza there. Had it been placed in front of him, where he would have run into it, it would have produced better results. But I think the ball was placed just right behind him, and he had to chase back and recover and try and cook up something there. I think the ball that was played behind him.
Peter Mdua looking for former teammate Linot Chikua. They were all playing for Highlanders last season. Nelson Charger. Kelvin Moyo now. Bochwe. Frederick Bochwe. Back to Kelvin Moyo. Looking for Kama Billiard. Flicked back to the goalkeeper by Ralph Kaondera, the veteran. Tinotenda Isheta Karinda. calling for his players to open up. Pumps it forward. Looking for Tino Benza. Can he beat him? No, he can't. Saidi to Kelvin Moyo. Now Fumbizai. Kama Billiard. Nice 10. Chimbetu couldn't contain Kama Billiard. Fumbizai. Poor ball by Fumbizai. Rolling all the way back to the goalkeeper. Sheta Karinda. The referee has blown here. What is it for?
Yeah, I think it was the contact when they were chasing for the ball that was sending into the box. I think there was a tussle between the two players. That's what he called for. So it's a free kick. I think maybe an elbow to his face or something like that. But otherwise, there was an impediment as they were running for the ball. Kumbi Dai sending the ball into the box. Yeah, as you can see there. Yeah, that was an elbow from Melvin Mukiwa. I think that's leaving dangerously for Mukiwa. Remember, he's sitting on a yellow card.
He's sitting on a yellow card, and that was in the box. But the referee just blown that Timon Machobe could be attended to, as that was a head injury. As you can see, Tondera Indira calling his players to the bench. Kama Billiard, Saidi, Wotam Sona. There is Timon Machobe being attended to by the medical staff there for Scotland. I think was poked in the eye in the process by Mukiwa there, moving away from him in the background. And there's the man they call Guara, is a physiotherapist for the national team again, the bearded Celestino Benza, coach for Herentials. He's calling for time management here from his team Herentials. And the goalkeeper will be taken there by the goalkeeper, or is it going to be a drop ball according to the referee? Let's see what Nelson Maker will do here. But remember, the ball didn't go out of play. This should be Brighton Majarira in possession. Very long ball looking for Tino Benza. Eric Dombo looking for the chief executive officer, that is Nelson Benza. Back flick there by Benza. Tino to his father. Tino to Dombo. 10th Murwira. Teasing cross inside the ball dealt by Kelvin Moya. Chukua to Kama Billiard. Majarira. Blessing Piri. Tussling for possession in Kama Billiard. There's a player lying down out of your picture. That's a hospital pass, and the goalkeeper does well and is get injured in the process there. Suicidal pass there by Brighton Majarira, and the referee has blown and allowing the medical team of Herentials to attend to a player who is injured on that far side and still to pick out who it is. Is it Tino Benza? I can't spot. Oh, Tino Benza is there.
Tino is there, and
that was a hospital pass, and Timon Machobe almost presented the golden chance in a silver plate there. Brighton Majarira, a veteran, almost committing a mistake there.
Yeah. He had sold his goalkeeper short there with a pass, and of course the goalkeeper managed to recover and retrieve that threat. Otherwise, there have been problems for the students.
Exactly, the students holding fort here, 37 minutes. And scoreboard still reads Scotland FC new. Herentials new. And as we told you earlier there by Joseph, that Manica Diamonds has scored it most. That's Herentials supporters, obviously, in their traditional colors, the pink. And the match official is calling somebody.
That's Melvin Mukiwa.
Yeah, that's Melvin Mukiwa was injured, yes. Some makeup in the VIP from Scotland.
Maybe a few selfies there.
So we'll wait to see if the ref is going to restart with a throw into Herentials. Yes, it looks like. Yes, it's the throw in according to the match official, to be taken by Ralph Kaondera. A bit of confusion there. So poor communication between the officials. There seems confusion whether to restart with a drop ball or throw in. And Ralph Kaondera in your picture holding the ball. Timon Machobe the present. Those are the two medics of Herentials. And that is Tafazwa Dengwe and Valentine Mangiz are the two medics. Bicycle quick forward and Nelson Charger finding Frederick Botchway. Wotam Sona, it's one man looking for God knows Murwira. Zizu, formerly of Caps United, played for Ngezi, played for Dynamos, also much travelled, playing for the Warriors. Recently lost his place to Emmanuel Jalai of Dynamos. Timon Machope, back to Murwira, throwing to him again after a good block by Eric Dombo. Zizu to Machope, back to Zizu. God knows Murwira to Saidi. Billiard. Well dealt with by Herentials. Tino Benza, Eric Dombo. Forward looking for Sangare. Charger races clear and play safety first by Nelson Charger. Good thing by Nelson Charger, Joseph.
Yeah, he timed his run very well. Of course, he ventured outside his box, but otherwise it would have been a threat had he not dealt with that ball as it was rolling into his final third.
Benza with a dump to his son. Tinodenda is blocked, free kick.
Peter Mtua earns himself a yellow card in the process for that challenge. He had been beaten for pace, he had been beaten for swerve, and of course he considered a free kick at the edge of the box there. So a first yellow card for Scotland, which is coming in the name of Peter Mudua.
That's 41 minutes. There is the replay again, Tino Benza. And I'm sure he has body check there, check. Just the yellow card because maybe Benza was finding his way inside the box.
And also even his elbow. If you look at his elbow, it was somehow outstretched. And I think that's what maybe informed the referee to give a free kick as well as a yellow card punishment.
Exactly, a free kick and a very, very prompt confirmation of the yellow card to Peter Mdua, just number 18 for Scotland. And he was not happy, agreeing and disagreeing with the referee that should be a foul, yes, but not a yellow card. Now a free kick set piece for Herentials. Nelson Charger, can he be worried here? That four-man war. Who is behind it? IB9, I see him there in the vicinity.
I think it's a decoy.
Is it?
Yeah, I think there is a Mkiwa and Tino Benza. Tino Benza comes through.
Tino Benza just over the bar. The captain coming up with a set piece there, and no problem for Nelson Charger as it is a goal kick now to Scotland. Finding Kelvin Moyo. Back to the goalkeeper. Long ball forward by Charger. The other one by Blessing Piri. Eric Dombo is wrestling for it. Wins it. Can he beat Zizu? Yes, he does. But God knows Murwira recovers and wins a free kick. It's actually a throw. This is God knows Murwira now. 42 minutes by our watch here, 3 minutes to the Oranges. Plus maybe whatever the referee is going to add on here at Trufalo Stadium, the ceremony home of football. If you have just joined us, where were you? Were you celebrating May Day? Scotland supporters here at the Vietnam end there.
And no one is sitting down, yeah, they're all on their feet, singing and dancing and enjoying their favorite beverages.
Tinashe Puma with a bad ball there and allowing Scotland to win a throw-in to be taken by Ronald Fumbizai. The referee urging Fumbizai to take it at the correct place. Signal of the flag there by first assistant referee Brilliant Spanda. Peter Mdua. The man has been yellow carded in the 41st minute. Looking for Timon Machope. Wins himself a throw-in quickly taken to Peter Mdua. Frederick Botchway. Fumbizai. Back to Kelvin Moyo. He's looking for Kama Billiard. Poorly done. Sangare. Another misplaced pass there. Peter Mdua. In position for Scotland. He's the vice captain, remember. Finding Kelvin Moyo. Looking for Walter Msona, the captain. National team player. Scored a wonderful free kick against Nigeria in Huye.
Oh, yeah, in Rwanda, yes. That was a belter that he gave us against the Nigerians, and they didn't know where it came from. It was a good shot taken from range, from a set-piece position, and he rattled the net to shock the Nigerians and the whole of Africa.
And I remember an emotional celebration there as the team was mourning the passing on of former goalkeeper George Chigoa. May he so continue to rest in peace. Throw into Scotland FC. To be taken by Ronald Fumbizai. Quickly taken. Kamabilian. Back to Fumbizai. Machope. Actually Chikua. Eric Dombo. Finding Sangare. Brought down by Bochwe. Free kick to Sangare of Herentials. There he is in your picture. Very hard working. That is Kundai Sangare. Yes, treated unfairly there by Frederick Bochwe. Snashem Puma. The long kick looking for, is it Dombo? Eric Dombo, cross. Too much weight behind it. Goal kick to Scotland FC. First half, but I'm sure it's going to be less than 2 minutes. We haven't had so many stoppages.
Yeah, we are not expecting a long additional minute for this first half. And it's a half where, in terms of conceding the goals, Scotland have conceded only one goal in the last 15 minutes of the first half, whereas Herentials haven't conceded any. And even in terms of scoring goals,
the goalkeeper is lying down outside the viewer's picture there, and the referee Nelson Meg is right. There he is. It's not tender Ishe Takarida. I'm not sure what happened to him. He's holding his knee in agony. Looks like it's painful.
Yeah, he is in some form of discomfort there, and the medical team have been asked to come in and attend to him.
I'm not sure if it is just a matter of killing time, killing the tempo. Maybe they want to go to the Oranges dead dog at 1-1. So the medics there, Valentine Mangiz and Tapas Gateng, been called to attend to the goalkeeper. And if the goalkeeper is injured, Joseph, the norm is to be attended in the field of play. So play will stop and some spray on the angle. But at one time he was holding his knee, but I can see him being sprayed on the angle.
Yes.
And Sangare receiving some advice from Celestino Benza alongside Blessing Piri, just number 94. Mupuma Tinashe behind the first assistant referee Brilliant Sibanda.
Yes. In football, goalkeepers hold so much power. They have influence. If they are not in their position, out injured or down injured, the game cannot continue. Whereas an outfield player, well, it depends. If your team kicks the ball out with 2 minutes of additional minutes to be played in the first half this afternoon.
Yes, so we are already into stoppage time, but we are still going to see the 2 minutes being played because already 1 minute 56 seconds to be exact have been wasted by this stoppage when the goalkeeper went down. That is Tinaishe Takarinda of Herentials. Tindaishe. Herentials fighting for their lives here. Ronald Fumbizai. Looking for Walter Msona, the captain. Kelvin Moyo. Captain Walter Msona, the men they call Wale, finds Peter Mdua. A hard man who will just earned himself a yellow card this afternoon. Zizu, God knows Murwira, to Bochway. Long ball looking for Machope. Snapshot there, just over the bar. That was some effort there by Saidi, part of the crowd here in the VIP stand. Not sure who are they supporting, and Shetikanda taking his time. There is a snapshot by Emmanuel Saidi just over the bar. Left foot. And the goalkeeper had it covered there, Joseph, as you can see.
Yeah, I like the way he chested the ball and put it under his spell, and then he let go a ferocious left shot, but of course it had too much elevation to trouble Herentials goalkeeper Tinotinda Takarinda.
Yes, Tinotinda Takarinda with a long ball forward looking for Benza, but Bochwe is in control now, finding Lino Chikua. Lino Chikua looking for Timon Machope. Off Kaondera now to Sangare. Back to Kaondera. Header to Tino Benza. Well blocked there by Mudua. Bochwe. Frederick Bochwe. Looking for God knows Muru. This is Kama Billiards. Back to God knows Muruira. Kama Billiards. Frederick Bochwe. Kama Billiards! And the goalkeeper spews it and gathers it for the second time. And that effort by Kama Billiard brings to an end. And catchy affair here. Nothing much right to home about here. Confirmation of the scoreline. Scotland FC new. Herentials new. Joseph, your thoughts of the first half?
Yeah, it was a first half that has been somewhat subdued. We saw very rare moments of teams threatening each other. Of course, Scotland came in with their own chances, but which they did not execute. As we see that run, Kama running into the box and letting go a shot onto the near post, which that Chinotenda Chakarinda dealt with effectively. And of course, the rebound did not bounce kindly for Kama to pounce on. But otherwise, the first half has been evenly balanced, Willie. The two teams, they've tried to throw a few punches here and there, but nothing came out of it. And it was an evenly balanced first half. And of course, even in Norton, as we speak right now, Manica Diamond still holding on to their standard lead of 1 goal going into the halftime break.
And there is Scotland FC for you. Walking out to the changing rooms for the Oranges, for the breather. Herentials there with some team talks there. And as they prepare to go and face Celestino Benza. And we are preparing to cross back to the studio where we have CNN Charles Mabiga. Ashford Mundawa, the man we call Uche, and Chief Justice Majavi. So join us for the second half as we break here at Rufaro Stadium. Over to you, CNN.
Thanks so much to Ginola William Tingwa sitting alongside Joseph Nkani at Rufaro Stadium. Kumpiles, it's a 0-0. Remember, just to remind you, Archiford Mundawa, who's in the studio with me, is forecast 1-0 Herentials win. Chief Justice Majavi just said a draw. When I pushed him further, he said it's going to remain goalless, 0-0. So we'll find out who will be right. I haven't gone into that battle. Yes, if you're just joining us, this is our continued live coverage of the Zimbabwe Football Premiership. And yes, as you heard, at Ngoni Stadium in Norton, a packed house. But they really are not happy because the Gem Boys have taken the lead. The first goal to be scored past Martin Mapisa of the Panthers, Moors. Will Moors test defeat for the first time this season? We'll have to wait and find out. Right, let's hear from our two experts. First, let's start with Chief Justice Majavi. Chief Justice, your reflections of the first half.
No, with the outlook of the game, first half, I think the Herentials have tried their best, although no shots on target as much. I would say they tried. Dombo tried some shot. Tino missed the chance, a tap in, and I think it's been. And Sangare is doing some good job, playing half right of the midfield, and with Kawandera there. They are doing well, controlling, trying to neutralize Bochwai and the Kama Billiard where there's Walter. We've seen them trying here to run around, but so far Herentials are, I would say they're in control despite the last minute when we saw Kama coming in with a shot on target. But Herentials they did so. IB did a dummy there which resulted in a free kick just outside the box. They should have done better. I think if Mukiwa had taken it from the left and kill it just around the wall, they could have got a scoring chance there. Maybe we could be talking about something, but instead Tino did it and it went just over the bar. But it's a good tactic for them. This is how Herentials do, and it's sometimes more like this.
Yes, as we take a look at the highlights from the first 45, Herentials could have gone 1-0 here. Here's the cross there to Tino. Well, just inches wide. Tino Tenda Benza, popularly known as Zulu at Herentials. And Uche, Herentials started off very brightly indeed in the first 45.
Yeah, Senin, I agree with you beyond the 100% mark. Even if you look at the stats, attempts on target as well as attempts off target, a total of 8 for Herentials. And they have been doing very well, but their major undoing is lack of precision in front of goal, because these opportunities and chances come far in between.
Yes, and while Scotland didn't have many chances, except the one that had Takarinda sprawling, not this one, but right at the death when Kamaldinho Kamabiliat there let fly, and he had to do it twice. There it was. And Kamabiliat could not latch on to the rebound at Rufaro Stadium. And I bet most of you there are wondering, Chimbetu, Wilmore Chimbetu Ndian. Well, I can tell you, the defender, the right back for Herentials, Wilmore Chimbetu, he is the son of the late brother to Simon Chopper Chimbetu, also late, right? You know that Sulumani is the son of Simon. Now, Wilmore is the son of Nyson, the late. Trison Mukoma wa Wilmore. So they're both sons of Nyson Chimbetu. And Wilmore Chimbetu sometimes joins his elder brother Trison on stage. Kasungura, so you know, the Muridze kwa Chimbetu. I just thought maybe you might want to know. And 0-0. So what happens in the second half? And let's find out from Uche. Well, we saw there one or two passes, one or two dummies from the oldest player in Zimbabwe football. He is 53, shortly turning 54. That's IB9. And Tino Benza missing 2 chances. What do you think Celestino Paul Benza, the head coach, has in store for his supporters in the second half?
Yeah, CNN, if you look at the team that the Herentials are facing, the nature and the magnitude of the talent that is there, on a good day, they can destroy any team. So chances when they come, you must obviously bury them. And I know blood is thicker than water, but I think the gaffer, the coach, at halftime, you obviously inject some venom into Tino and read the riot act and say, young man, look, we had 2 clear-cut chances, we should be 2 up. The only way to beat a team is by scoring. Right.
As we see more attempts from the highlights from the first half from Herentials, Tino Tenda Benza De Zulu is his nickname. Oh, what a brilliant layoff. And then what a cutback here. And Chief Justice, that one he should have put away.
Yeah, you know, I think also maybe earlier on off the air, we spoke about it. I think Uche mentioned about the back pass. It was a little bit backwards when from Sangare to Tino. That forced him to turn the other way around. Right. Yeah, then he had to lay again for Dombo who was coming in. But I think it's a great move. It is when they keep doing like this, it shows they want to score, although it was not on target. It hit the crossbar, although, but they need to
almost
do more.
Went in,
it almost went in, but they need to do it more often and to try to hit the Scottish defense, which is not balanced for me. It's not balanced. It's shaking because quite a number of balls are just penetrating. And if you can see, Sangare is run them twice. Also, Dombo is running them on the far left. He's doing so well. Tino is doing quite good. He's shielding. He's getting the ball. He's touching the ball in the boxes. So which is a really headache for Tondera Ndiraya with his defense, because they are getting chances. In the second half, if they give them the chances, they will score. And what will happen? If it was Ralph, if he joins in attack, you will score such headers where they were more like the one Tino missed. Yeah.
Let's see a Scotland attack here as they were hoping to get one. That was Timon Machope Toro. He is the tallest player on the pitch, all right, but he misdirected his header. And that one, remember, you saw that one earlier. There was the the full-blooded shot from Kamaldinho, and Takarinda had to do it twice. And then Scotland was still chasing. These were their moments, and that one was always rising from the moment it left his boot. So, evenly balanced, I think you will agree. The Stars started the most expensively assembled outfit in Zimbabwe, failing to breach Herentials, not as expensively assembled as Scotland. We could be watching Leganes taking on Real Madrid, and things really not happening. And if you just joined us, if you didn't know, 45 kilometers from here at Ngoni Stadium in Norton, not looking good for the vast majority who have packed the stadium because the Panthers are being outbetted by the Gem Boys by 1-0. We'll see if it ends like that. But just to give you what the wrong end of the table looks like just quickly, at the bottom are Triangle United, the Sugar Boys. Number 17, Akwekwe United. And listen to this, number 16. Number 15. I can't say it loud. So you heard, who's number 16, who's number 15. Right, that's how the other end of the table reads. But right now, Simba Bora still on top, Moza second, and Ngezi a third, and Highlanders a fourth. So out of the big three, right. Okay, second half. We're having fun. I hope you're having fun out there as well. We're having fun here as we continue to give you football, your number one sport. Is at ZBC. Wherever it happens, we are always there. Now, Uche, let me come back to you. What is going through the mind of Stanza, shrewd technician, one of the best coaches in the country right now, if not the best coach? What is going through his mind right now? This most expensively assembled outfit is just not gelling.
It's not happening, CNN. I agree with you. He is a very good coach in terms of tactics, but the main power he is deploying the tactics, but it's not really happening. You know, if you look at it from a sociological standpoint, according to team dynamics, right, there are stages. There is the forming stage, then there's the storming stage, then there's the norming stage, followed by the performing stage. So if you look at that curve, Scotland are still in the storming stage, where individuals wants to show off. I'm the king, look at me, look at me, look at me. Then they had to norm. After norming, you then performing. So the longer they take in the forming and norming stage, other teams are running away with it. The sooner, the better they drop their egos and play as a collective unit, things will happen. Look at God knows Murwila, look at Leonard Chukua, look at Mudua. At individual level, these players are brilliant. They just need to drop their egos and play as a team.
Missed chances again as we take a look at them at both ends. 0-0. It's I think it's a fair score line, to say the least here, to say the truth. As Herentials did come close here. Remember, Herentials last time out, they beat Green Fuel Boys Zenaro by 1-0 at Rufaro Stadium. Can they repeat the feat and take away 3 points? Remember, they are hoping that when that tribunal sits on Monday, the 5th of May, to adjudicate their case, when Kwekwe United, the Gold Boys, couldn't dig any gold to come to Bada Stadium, they might get the 3 points. We still have to wait and find out. But so far, Herentials sitting in a comfortable position as we continue to see highlights from the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out the perspective. What do you think Uncle Paul Benza, Chief Justice, will be saying to his players right now?
No, I think Uncle is satisfied with the first half. They got what they wanted in the first half, because they try by all means to neutralize the effectiveness of Scotland. So of course, Kama and Walter, as long as they don't click very well, any coach, they haven't clicked so far. Any coach is happy about that. So what he is only gonna do now, we know an obvious substitution is gonna come. He's gonna bring out IB, then he bring in another player who has got much more energy. That's when they will create more damage. They will try by all means to push forward. I'm seeing him trying to join maybe Ralph just a little bit near Tino, because he wants to deal with the crosses, and this is how they play usually, and they are comfortable with such a type of a play. They always contain teams. If you see all their games against so-called big teams, big names, they always contain the first half. Then they start doing the damages in the second half, trying by all means. They penetrate, they get a goal, then they sit back as well, as usual. We know them. That's why we call them a boogie side sometimes.
All right. Yeah. The boogie side. Let's wait and find out what can Scotland master here, because their supporters were thinking that they would be running away with this after these 9 rounds of matches, but it's not happening. And Moors as well seem to be running away with it, but it looks like they might be halted today. Right, it's already for the second half, I think, as far as William Tingwa and Joseph Ngani. Let's rejoin them. We'll be talking to you at the end of the 90.
Thank you very much, CNN, and welcome back to Rufaro Stadium, where Herentials are taking on Scotland, and the Herentials now attacking the city and goalpost here as Nelson Charger gets his first feel of the ball in the second half and is preparing to dispatch it long over the center circle, looking for Captain Walter Msona, headed away by Melvin Mukiwa. Kelvin Moyo now in possession, looking for Timon Machope, headed away by Brighton Majarira. Ralph Kaundera now, looking for Blessing Piri. He finds, is it Tino Benza? Wilmot Chimbet in possession now. He couldn't find his teammate. And just an update here, Herentials had made a substitution. IB9, Innocent Benza has been substituted, and in comes Prince Mahembe, that is during the halftime break. So Herentials had made the first change, that is Celestino Benza, the coach for Herentials. Peter Mdua, looking for Kelvin Moyo. So Scotland FC now attacking the Mbare and goalpost and defending the city end. Peter Mdua in possession, looking for God knows Murwira on the near side. Zizu from Alaf Caps United finds his captain Walter Msona, looking for Machope, shooting the ball very well, and Ralph Kaundera concedes a corner kick, first one of the second half, and Walter Msona goes off to take Tondera Ndiraya. Stanza, former coach of Dynamos, here's the Platinum Simba Bora, won the league at Simba Bora finally, and immediately he was hired by Scotland FC, whose ambition is to win the Premier League this season, Joe.
Oh yes, he has cut his teeth in the game. He was also a good player during his playing days at Dynamos, and now he has graduated into a coaching role, and he has done very well for himself. And he's one player, one coach who wants to just get results. He's one coach who will tell you that he doesn't play fancy football. All he wants is efficiency and getting results out of his boys.
Corner kick delivered there, Mdua. Another corner kick there being considered by the new boy, that is Prince Mahende. So Walter Msona goes across to take this one from the far end there. The goalkeeper Totenda Shekarinda organizing his defenders inside the box. Some commotion there. Kelvin Moyo is ventured forward, headed away by Ralph Kaundera. Tino Benza heads it forwards. Herentials could keep it alive here and throw into Scotland FC. Throwing to be taken by Ronald Fubizai. Finding Wardamson. All the way back to Kelvin Moyo. Former Dynamo's defender. Formerly of FC Platinum. Also played in South Africa for Chippa United. And I'm sure when went to Chippa United, Norman Mapeza was the coach there. Chance for Herentials, Sangare. Too slow. Mudua recovers. Corner kick. Second half, they started with some promising attacks here, but Herentials, they're wasting a chance. But the corner kick, Ed Dombo is behind that.
Sangare had done well to run into the box. I think he was looking for it. He was trying to come back onto his right leg, which of course cost him a few seconds or a split second, which allowed Peter Mdua to recover and take that ball away for a corner.
Dombo with the corner kick, headed over the bar by Herentials. Was it right off? That's the Herentials supporters there. Yeah, Wilmot in bed with that header over the bar. And Nelson Jaja prepares to dispatch a goal kick. Looks like he's going to bring it forward. Yes, over the center circle. But Dombo heads it back. Looking for Captain Tinotenda Benza. Peter Mdua. That was the move. And free kick there to Herentials after some clumsy work there on Tinotenda Benza. Eric Dombo is down. The match official is making sure Dombo is well. He's holding his toe. I'm sure he was stamped on.
It can be very sore. It can be very sore. Because some opponents could actually put him on a hard stance. And then when they step on your toe, you can actually feel it.
There it is. Yes, that was Emmanuel Saidi. That was a quickly taken free kick there, just a cross goal, but it's kept alive there by Herentials inside the box, headed away by Scotland. Chance from Puma! Over the bar. Tinashe Puma. Nelson Chadra in your picture. Managed to keep a clean sheet away in ZPC Kariba. There was the effort always rising. Last weekend, Scotland drawing 0-0 away to ZPC Kariba. Melvin Mukiwa. The man was yellow carded in the first half. Plays it in touch for a throw into Scotland. And Vasile Kawe out of the picture there, preparing to come in for Scotland. God knows Murwira in possession. Turns his marker, finding Peter Mdua. Long ball forward. Looking for Machope. Kamabiliat. And that rose kindly to the goalkeeper, no Tendaiche Takarinda. Herentials come forward now. Kafka Ondera. Looking for Sangare. There he is. Blessing Piri Puabo. The new man Prince Mahembe. Acrobatically cleared by Ronald Fumbizai. Dino Chikua. So in a moment you will be able to see who is going to be replaced by Vasile Kawe. It looks like Emmanuel Saidi. Panashem Timbanyoka as well. There is confirmation. Emmanuel Saidi calls it a day. Vasile Kawe, formerly of Simba Bora. So he's currently a holder of the Champions Medal. And Panashem Timbanyoka is also preparing to come in for Scotland. So Tendera and they are coming up with a double turn. Let's confirm who is going to be replaced there by Panashem Timbanyoka. It looks like it's actually Lino Chikua.
Yes. The top goal scorer from last season.
Yes, from last season he was the top goal scorer playing for Highlanders then. And he has been asked by the match official to use the nearest entry, that is the Vietnam end, where the far side assistant referee Francis Chirwa is. And there is Panashem Timbanyoka. So it looks like Tundra Ndiraya needs some bit of creativity and energy in midfield there.
Yes, he has brought in two midfielders. So he's trying to get some control in the middle of the path and possibly unlock opportunities for your front runners, your Kama Billiards and Waltham Sonas.
And Brighton Majara clears it long forward, headed away by Goodnose Murwira. Throw-in to Scotland. So to Herentials, sorry. Eric Dombo behind the throw-in, quickly taken. Back to Dombo. Murwira makes sure, but to the wrong man. Mekiwa. Tino Benza with a flick. Vasilika first touch. Looking for Kama Billiards. Kept touch by Billiards. Fouled there in the center circle. Kama Billiards is not happy. There is the foul there by Ralph Kaundera.
Oh, yeah,
Those are age mates, or age 30, 34, 35 thereabouts.
he tucked his long legs in front of Kama Billiards, who was still striking with the ball.
Too casual by Godnose Murwira. Losing it to Herentials. Tino Benza. Grassmore pass there. What a pass by Benza, the captain. Too slow. Well recovered by Herentials. By Scotland, sorry. Fumbidai. Panashem Timbanyoka. Now Vasile Kawe. That should be a yellow card to Tino Benza, I'm sure. Yes, the referee's pocket. That's a good tackle on the man who has just been introduced there. Captain Tino Benza is in trouble here with the match official. That was a crunch tackle from behind Joseph.
Yeah, it was a cruel tackle. Tino Benza there, he went full-blooded on a new boy, Vasily Kawe, and unfortunately, Vasily Kawe comes out the west. And of course, as we see there, Peter Mdua, the always animated Peter Mdua, trying to incite some discontent in the Scotland camp, whereas the referees actually dealt with the situation by giving a free kick. Hey, that was a late challenge, and more so from behind.
Joseph, to be honest, if you were Duval, that's a red card offense.
And just on his calf, on Vasily Kawe's calf, it was not even on his ankle nor on his boot. At Tino Benza there, I think he's lucky and fortunate to go away with only a yellow card. That was a dangerous play. Tino Benza received the confirmation of the yellow card there. Vasily Kawe, unfortunately, being welcomed here onto the pitch with a good tackle from Herentials captain Tino Benza. It was a high tackle on Kabwe's calf.
And the young Tino Benza there should found himself very lucky there that he only got away with a yellow card there. That was a crunch, cruel tackle right on the calf there. That could be a career-threatening injury there. And I'm sure if we had the VAR here, the VAR team would have called Nelson Meke to come and have a second look. And I'm sure that was a dangerous tackle. And high boot as well. Open foot, open start. Chance for Scotland! They find the goal! Timon Machope! Here's it in! It's that long man, that tall guy, Timon Machope, breaking the deadlock. 56 minutes here at Rufaro. Timon Machope breaks the deadlock here. 1-0, Scotland needs Herentials. Joseph.
A few exchanges of headers in the Herentials box. Herentials failed to deal with that ball decisively. And of course, look at the cross there that was sent into the box. The first attempt was from Kama, and then Machope came in with a header, unmarked, free header, and scored into an empty net, making Scotland's fourth goal being scored in the first 15 minutes of the second half. He was all by himself there. He directed his header onto the near post, possibly brushing the upright post, but Machope will not care how it goes in. He will just take the goal as it is and go home.
Good ball inside that box by Bochway, finding Kamabilia and Watamsona. I'm sure Watamsona came up with that assist, a header, finding Timon Machope, who was all by himself inside the 6-yard box, and he made no mistake from about 6 yards, and a header into the unguarded net there. The goalkeeper was badly exposed, found himself sprawling. Kamabiliat, what a pass to Timbanyoka. Too much weight on it, but he keeps it alive. Panashem Timbanyoka, former of FC Platinum, to Kamabiliat. Vasile Kawe, bad touch by him. Tino Benza, battling with Murwira. God knows comes top. Finding captain Wotam Sona. Long ball to, is it Vasile Kawe? He was sleeping there, Panashe Mtimbanyoka. In Shona, we call that Nyoka Joseph.
Yes, yeah, he had his high boot there, allowing the ball to slip through his feet.
Foul on Kamabilia given by referee Nelson Meke. Should be Wilmot Chimbetu on Kamabilia there he is. Holding his face in agony. The referee assisting him to get up. Scotland coming back a rejuvenated side.
And as we speak at Ngoni Stadium, the visitors, the Ngoda boys, Manika Diamonds, still holding on to their solitary goal that they scored in the 17 minutes, and Moz still trying to find an answer to that goal.
Now here it was scored by Wanu Rupande. Another chance for Billiard! Offside flag was up. So the corner kick will not be taken there. So Herenda was failing to deal with those high balls inside the box. There is it. Headed by Machope this time and Billiard. Free kick taken by the goalkeeper. To the wrong man, to Kama Billiard. Looking for Machope. Left footer! Held by the referee, the goalkeeper, sorry. He palms it away. Throw in quickly taken by Wotam Sona to Kawe. Back to Msona. Good nose Murwira. Wotam Sona, Wale. Zizu. All the way back to Peter Mdua. Kelvin Moyo. Ronaldo Fubizai. Panashe Mtimbanyoka. That should be a foul. Yes, according to referee Nelson Meke. Tackle from behind on Panashe Mtimbanyoka. Busy afternoon for Nelson Meke here, Joseph.
Yeah, he's been very busy. Otherwise, and more so because of the teams, the two teams are coming out open-minded. They are playing, they want to control the midfield of the park and trying to unlock the respective defenses. And of course, we've seen just one goal coming the way of Scotland. And Herentials are still in it, Willie.
High boot by Kama Billiard and foul they considered. And Herentials are calling for a foul, and that is Melvin Makiwa. He was also stooping his head too low. But Kama Billiard was penalized by the ref. There is the replay again, and he was not caught, but he's holding his face.
Pulled back his foot.
Exactly, that's why I'm saying he was not caught, but still the player holding his hand. Glancing header. That was by Zidwumo. It was actually the new man, Prince Mahende. Just number 13 there with a glancing header. Couldn't trouble Nelson Charger. There is in your picture, preparing to dispatch a goal kick for the home side here, Scotland. And Joseph, quite a good crowd here at Ulfaro Stadium. Consider that today it's May Day, it's a holiday, it's a public holiday, and this is the only match in the capital. We expected maybe close to 15,000 spectators, but here I can see maybe we have only about 5,000 or so here at Ulfaro.
Yeah, even more, Willie. I think it's a decent crowd for this particular fixture. And of course, we know Scotland are always a crowd puller in one way or another, for whatever reason. And it's a decent crowd that we have this afternoon at Ulfaro Stadium between Herentials, the away team being hosted by FC Scotland.
Vasile Kawe throwing to Herentials. Quickly taken in by Mukiwa. This is Blessing Piri to the wrong man. Foul by Vasile Kawe on Eric Dombo. Sangare wants to take it quickly, but he leaves it for Blessing Majarira. Kama Billiard is too close. He should be careful. If he blocks that ball from within 9.15 meters, that is 10 yards, he will be booked. High ball inside the box. Scotland let it roll for a goal kick to Nelson Charger. Brighton Majarira there in defense, a veteran, started playing for this team well in the lower divisions. He has been with this team for too long. 63 minutes on our watch here. Scotland, the home team, 1, Herentials 0. And Scotland, with a win, I'm sure they will be back on the 3rd or 4th, because they will dislodge Highlanders on the log. As Joseph checks it for us, Panashem Timbanyoka with a chance there, teasing his markers. Still battling to get past them. Ronald Kumbizai. Good cross inside the box. Machope claimed by the goalkeeper on the second attempt.
If it stays like this, we will see Scotland coming up to 3rd position on the log with 16 points as it is.
Moved out of danger by Peter Mdua. But the Herentials recover. Wilmo Chimbetu, Sangare. Badly done by him. Machope. To the wrong man. Mukiwa, Melvin. Back to the goalkeeper. Takarinda. Long ball forward. Vasilekau has the win the header there. Mpuma to the wrong man. Intercepted by Walter Msona. Murwira back to Msona. Wale in possession. He's looking for Timon Machope. Bad touch by Machope. Throw into Herentials. If you just joined us, where were you? Herentials in all white. And Scotland black shorts and grey tops. We'll watch him better in possession now. Back to him. Finding Rauf Kaondera. Actually, Blessing Piri. Long ball by Wilmo Sangare. Herentials coming with a low cross inside the box. Well dealt with by Kelvin Moyo. Kamabila heads it forward, but no one in support of Scotland there. And Chimbetu. Blessing Piri. Finding Blessing Brighton Majarira. There's actually Blessing Majarira sitting on the bench as a striker, and this is Brighton Majarira. And now Melvin Mukiwa. Rauf Kaondera. To the far side. Puma. Somebody's lying down on the near side here. Chance here! Oh! The referee blows. Is it offside or infringement?
But curiously, Willie, the far side assistant referee had his flag down. And then the referee...
There is Melvin Makiwa. Lying in agon there. It seems like it's very painful.
Yeah, he's in
And the
pain.
team at Dix has been called up by the match official to attend to Melvin Makiwa. Yes, Joseph, you were saying the flag was down there, but the referee blew what for whatever reason, I'm not
Yes,
sure.
but looking at the referee signal, he was signaling an offside, giving a free kick to Scotland. But when I looked at the far side assistant referee, his flag continued to be down. He didn't raise his flag. So now we wonder if the referee was seeing an infringement, which is not necessarily a free kick, an offside position, but the two officials, in that particular case, were not in sync.
Because the referee signal there was offside. If he was awarding a free kick, that's a wrong signal he gave there. So, as we wait for Makiwa, there is the goal. There is the goal. Walter Msona with an assist. And Timon Machope, his second goal of the season. Defeat again, Timon Machope. Remember, he missed a couple of games through injury. Came in as substitute against, was it FC Platinum? When they drew 1-1 here. When he witnessed one of the best goals scored here at Rufaro this season by JJ. God knows Murwira receives the ball from the goalkeeper. Long ball forward looking for Machope. Back flick to Kamabiliat. Deft charge. Back heel to the wrong man. Wilmochi. Sorry, it's actually Eric Dombo. Tinashe Mpuma. Fighting for possession, but Msona comes tops. There is Walter Msona. Looking for Timon Machope. Is he onside? Yes, he is. Machope. The ball rolls out for a goal kick to Herentials. Joseph, any news from Ngoni Stadium so far?
No changes. We still have Manica Diamond still leading the home team was by a solitary goal that came in the 17th minute and scored by Rupande for the Diamond boys.
And yesterday we brought to you live the game between FC Platinum and Caps United here at Faro Stadium. Caps United, Norman Matpez and Chine Majuzi getting the better of his old friend Lloyd Chitembre by 2-1. 2 goals from Tandongwenya and Alois Junior Punjira with the first saver for Caps United. Highlanders winning 1-0 at Baba Fields. Simon Machope to be substituted here by Albert Manenji. So Tonderandira making his third substitute. So the goal scorer Simon Machope calls it a day. And a defender midfielder Albert Manenji. There is Simon Machope, the goal scorer in your picture. Calls it a day. Confirmation of that substitution, of those changes. It's Machope, not Machop. Long ball inside the box. Goes out for a goal kick. So Scotland survive a scare here. Let's see where Manenji is going to play. Is he going to play in midfield? For the times he plays at left back, but Fubida is still in. There is correction there, time on Machope.
The introduction of Albert Manenji as a midfielder who's being assigned maybe as the front man in this case may seem to be an indicator that Coach Tondrain Raya would want to have that industry going forward as well as maybe tracking back and winning balls in the midfielder by the name of Albert Manenji coming in.
And the goalkeeper there conceding a corner kick. Did he handle that ball? Scotland are claiming that the goalkeeper handled outside the box and Kamabilia did so. But the referees had awarded a corner kick.
Yeah, the referee will have none of that. The referee refusing to be influenced.
Yes, the referee is standing by his decision. He doesn't want to listen to anyone. He's saying, I'm the one who learned this job. So it's a corner kick to Walthamstow of Scotland. It's going to be an in-swinger. Kelvin Moyo is venturing forward. Low one at the near post. Kamabilia back to Msona. Inside the box. Dangerous off the bar. Kawe! Corner kick. Vasile Kawe came up with some important goals for Simba Bora last season at Wadanai.
Look at that cheeky shot.
Very cheeky and tricky. Goalkeeper was beaten. And another dangerous ball inside the box, but the referee this time blows in favor of Herentials. That was absolute perfection from Walthamstow.
Yeah, and he's renowned for those kind of balls. He's one player who's skillful, who is confident, and who is to some degree is very flamboyant. And he would have scored a gem of a goal had that ball found the corner of the net to beat Herentials goalkeeper.
Radwan Majarira forcing an error from Bochwe. Throw into Makiwa. Throw into Dombo. Throw into Scotland. Dombo cannot believe it. He was claiming that it is, but he's the one with the last touch there. Tonderandira in your picture, Stanza. And Joseph, like earlier on, he says, Stanza is always comfortable, even winning 1-0.
Yes.
As long as it's 3 points. And another change here for Herentials. So, coming out, it's Chama. Prince Chama. Coming in for Sangare.
And there's Joao also coming in.
And
Joao is replacing Tinashe Puma.
Yes. John Joao, former of Caps United. Coming in his place of Tinashe Puma. But I think Tinashe Puma was doing all the hard work for Herentials. But now they want to bring in a second striker. Remember, they're only a lone striker in Chinotenda Beza.
There's another substitution for Herentials.
Yes. Eric Dombo calls it a day. And comes Ellison Mweha. So Eric Dombo calls it a day. The dreadlocked left-sided attacker. Attacking midfielder. So God knows Murwira behind the throw in for Scotland. 73 minutes by a watch here. Scotland still leads 1-0. Courtesy of that header by Timon Machope. Murwira recovers. Watamson back to Murwira. Long ball forward. Billiard. Deft touch. Vasily Kawe. Manenji. Billiard recovers. But Chimbetu does well. Scribing a circle. Selling a dummy to Manenji. All the way back to Brighton Majarira. All by himself. No one is challenging him. Long ball forward looking for Zidrovka Ondera. Kama Billiard. Panashem Timbanyoka. He couldn't reach it. Herentials looking for that elusive equalizer. Poorly done on the far side there. Confirming those substitute. Prince Chama in for Kundai Sangare and John Joao in for Tinashe Mpuma. Kama Billiard. Wale is brought down. Free kick. Blessing Piri, the culprit. And Scotland, they're clamoring for a yellow card, and Watamson is having a strong word with Blessing Piri there. But you must remember not to take the law into his own hands.
Yeah, you don't want to be the one who gets the wrong end of the referee's decision, because already the referee has actually sanctioned the free kick as well as sanctioned the offending player with a yellow card.
Yes, Blessing Piri yellow carded here. 75 minutes on our watch, 15 minutes to go. As Kama Billiard is still receiving treatment from Lennon Guara. And the team doctor for Scotland is the experienced Nicholas Munyonga. Dr. Nicholas Munyonga. Very experienced team doctor.
Yeah.
Traveled with his national team on several occasions.
He's one loyal son of the game in terms
there is
of
the yellow
Piri.
part, yes, Blessing Piri.
Yeah. We're talking about Nick Munyongwa. He's one man who has served the game so loyally over the years. And of course, he's done business for the nation and has done business for various clubs.
Kama Billiard is up and about, so he's ready to continue, he's fit to go. Bochwe dispatches a long free kick, but to the wrong man, well played by a miscue by Moyo. Mudua makes sure. High up in the air. Vasile Kawe. Watamsona. Sells a dummy. Finding Kama Billiard, but couldn't reach him as it was intervened there by just number 90, John Joao. Manenji. That should be Watamsona looking for Kama Billiard. Does he have the strength? He does. Back you to the wrong man, Majarira. '77 is Ellison Mweha. If you were at Hatchfield there, that's a good 3 points there, Joseph.
Yeah,
and
well,
confirmation there, 1-0 in favor of Scotland.
Yeah, if we were playing rugby, that would have come in as a good trial. But in this case, in terms of football, that was a wasted opportunity where Herentials had broken on a counter. Ralph Kaondera there with a speculative shot, good for the terraces, for the few fans to have a feel of the mesh ball. But otherwise, a wasted opportunity that would have given them hope to get a goal and get an equalizer in this game. So Ralph Kaondera could have done better.
Some muscle there, and the stretch has been called on Vasily Kawe. Are there the after effects of that crank tackle by Tino Benza? Not looking good for Vasily Kawe, the man who was introduced as a second half substitute.
Vasily Kawe will be asking himself, what wrong have I done to come into this game? Because he hasn't enjoyed a warm welcome into the match. He has suffered two telling injuries in the game. Of course, he survived the first one, but this one again is not looking too good, having to be stretchered off the pitch to receive further medical attention outside the field of play. But, I mean, he has had a fair bite of crunch tackles in this game.
And that bearded man is Lennon Guara, the medic, also a physiotherapist, travels with the national team. There's Ralph Kondera getting it all wrong. Rugby conversion, as we are saying, that if it was at Hartsfield, it would be 3 points for him. But this is soccer, you need it underneath the bar. Some Herentials fans there.
And look at that lady, couldn't imagine the ball hitting her.
God knows Muruira. Looking for Kamabilia, headed by Brighton Majarira. Makiwa. Kawondera. Long ball looking for Mweha. Deft touch. Impossible smooth touch there. Oh my word. Captain play by Herentials. Good cross. Is that a corner kick? No. Goal kick. The ball was coming from outside the field of play in mid-air there. It was swinging in, back in play. Vasilikawa is back. Good news.
I think it was more of an attempt at goal than a cross.
Yes, by Meyer, there he is.
Look at the venom in that ball.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a miscued shot, which turned out like it's going to be a cross.
So God knows Murugira behind the goal kick. Over the center circle, bad bounce. Kama Billiard looking for Panashem Kimbanyoka. Beaten to it by Bulmo Chimbetu. It's actually Brighton Majarira. It's number 15, I thought it's 5. Good cross there, clean catch by the goalkeeper. Mweya. Turning Watamsona. Good ball by him. Kawondera. Back to Mweya. Chance there for the substitute. Blocked by Scotland. That looks like a head injury. Referee stops play. Herentials are not happy. And the pressure being applied by Herentials. That should be pit. Oh, not this Ronald Fumbizai.
Yes, Fumbizai. Fumbizai was down. I think he was stung by that venomous shot that came in from Herentials.
Yes, it was carrying a lot of venom. Part of the crowd in the VIP stands here at Rufaro. That cracker there.
Yes, you see it there coming in.
Yes, there it is.
He tried to head it away.
Prince Mahembe. And that's how it happened. Oh, and went down straight away, Ronald Fumbizai. The referee quite right there,
Yes.
full marks to him.
Yes.
In stopping play, that was a head injury.
So
And,
Fumbizai there, being one, dying for the team, taking a bullet on behalf of his team.
That's Clement Govu preparing to come in. Who will he replace? Last card been thrown by Celestino Benza. In a moment, we'll be able to confirm who Govu Clement. Zimondi. And for Scotland, they're also preparing Gareth Madake. I'm sure because Fumbizai might not be able to continue. Is it concussion? Well, that was a full-blooded shot there by Mahembe, which was headed away by Fumbizai. So Ralph Kondera calls it a day. And Clement Zimondi Govu to be introduced there, the veteran Ralph Kondera, 35 years of age. Calls it a day. Be congratulated by the coach Celestino Benza. I can see out of the viewers picture there, Vasilikawa and Albert Manenji receiving some advice from the technical bench. So Gareth Madake will replace Walter Msona, not Fumbizai. It's Walter Msona who calls it a day, the captain. So Peter Mudua will resume the captain's duties here at Rufaro Stadium. Throw into Makiwa of Herentials. In comes Gareth Madage. So many defense-minded players been thrown by Tondera Ndiraya. Is it surprising that Tondera Ndiraya was bred by Sandem of Chizambwa, who is known for his defensive?
Yes, he comes from the Sunday Chizambwa School of Football, where you rather be safe. Even winning by a solitary goal will still be acceptable.
Chino Benza got it all wrong inside the box. Murwira. Makiwa finds Blessing Piri. Long searching ball to the far side. Is it kept alive? Yes, it does so. The Herentials player. Free kick to Scotland.
And if the far side assistant referee indicating a throw in, because I thought the Herentials player, if anything, was going to get himself a free kick there, but I think the ball had crossed the line. That's why the far side assistant referee flagged for the ball to be given in Scotland's favour.
So it's actually a throw in there to Kumbidza. Yes, there the ball goes.
Definitely. But I thought he was impeded there.
Benza put it out of danger by Mdua. Right on Majarra, heading it back to the goalkeeper. There is received the throw from his goalkeeper, Tendaishe Takarinda. Looking for Makiwa. Back to Majarira. Looking for Blessing Piri. Wilmo Chimbetu. On the far side. Scotland has it for a throw in. Time is ticking away here to Rufaro Stadium. "85 minutes by our watch here to Rufaro. The scoreboard is reading here Scotland FC 1, Herentials nil. With 3 points today, Scotland will climb to third on the log table. And Joseph, with this 3-point system, the log table will be like, remember that game we used to play when we were kids, snakes and ladders?
Yes.
Where times you are swallowed by the snake, or you find ladders and you go up.
Yes. The 3-point system actually is good for football, because if you remember, maybe some may not know that in a couple of years, well, a few years back, a winning team was awarded 2 points only, and the draw was 1 point, which means even if you drew or even if you won, there wasn't much of a difference until the rules were changed to say let the winning team get 3 points, but historically it was 2 points for a win.
And chance there for Herentials. So handling offense, commotion inside the box, finally cleared out of danger. And Joseph, I hear there's an equalizer in Ngoni Stadium. So it's Bones, the Panthers 1, the Ngoda Boys, Manika Diamonds 1. There was commotion inside the box. Benza couldn't reach to it. Danger for Scotland. Finally cleared they out of danger. It was Kamabila did a miscue there. No, he didn't handle. And there is commotion, hooked out of danger by Manenges it. And Joseph is finding for us there who has equalized for Moors at Ngoni Stadium. So that point is enough for them to propel back to the top of the log. 1 point ahead of Simbabora. But Simbabora will be happy, Chinuchedu, that they've reduced the point gap at the top there. Remember, they were trailing by 3 points to Moors. The new boys, coached by Lloyd Samaitam Tasa. A bit of stoppages here. The referee will start with the drop ball here. So Nelson Charger in charge. One new Scotland leads here to Rufaro Stadium. Can Herentials find an equalizer to spell the party for the Gold Boys? And remember, like I said, before kickoff, that these two teams been owned by respective member of parliament. The other one being a miner and the other one being an educationist. Tinotenda Benza, the son of the owner, that is Innocent Benza, alongside his brothers Celestino and Gerald Benza, the team manager. Long ball forward by Herentials looking for that equalizer. Headed away by Gareth Madake. That should be a head injury. Free kick going which direction? So it was John Joao and Peter Mdua clashing, a clash of heads. The referee immediately blew. There it is. Peter Mdua and John Joao. So if the referee is to award a free kick, I'm sure it's going to for Herentials' way there. Was also Peter Mdua was using his hands. And Tinotenda Benza wanted it to be played on. Head injury, Peter Mdua being attended to by the two specialists there from Scotland. The team medic, the team doctor is Nicholas Mnyonga, and the medic is Leonard Guara, but I don't see Leonard Guara there. Those superstitious beliefs again, Joseph Herentials punching the ball into the back of the net.
Yes, yeah.
They'll say you want to kufumura something of that sort.
Yes.
And I see a stretcher there, that's bad news.
Yeah, we'll see 4 minutes being added in this second half.
But already we have about a minute of stoppage here. Already we're in the 90th minute here. So the 4 minutes will be added on after this stoppage. So that's a minimum of 4 minutes. The referee will decide whatever he wants to add on, or whether to play the full 4 minutes or not. It's up to the match official, who is Nelson Maker this afternoon. Part of the crowd here at Faro, obviously supporting Scotland. That's the band of them, singing in joy. 3 points coming their way. Then on top of the screen there, that's confirmation. The plans for there, that's the amount of minutes that is going to be added on here. But here, we are poised for another length stoppage there. There's a clash of heads there between John Joao and Peter Mdua.
I understand from Goni Stadium, Moors have equalized through a penalty, but we're still trying to get the details of who scored that penalty for Moors.
Yes, that information is still to come. I remember we have our men there in Bekimpilo Nyoni. It's Salif Chair. We equalized right at the death in 90 minutes. Salif Chair getting his second goal of the season. He scored the opening goal for Moors at Baobab Stadium against the Highlanders. That's a nasty clash of heads there.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. Yeah, nothing malicious. I think both players were going innocently for the high ball, but of course, unfortunately, both of them come out with. We see the drum majors from Scotland. This is another dimension that the new boys have brought into the local game, Willie, where we have seen entertainment coming all kinds of forms. As you see there, these are the drum majors. They are coming here to enjoy themselves as the cheerleaders. Whether they are going to focus on the game is neither here nor there, but they are part of the story, they are part of the conversation, they are part of the images that are coming out of Rufaro Stadium, where their team, Scotland, are currently leading Herentials by a solitary goal. And we are going to see, I think, an additional minute for those injured players who are still receiving medical attention.
Yeah, it looks like there is Scotland better brands in the VIP stands here, some beauty. There is the goal. Timon Machope, priceless goal. Bothway, the delightful chip inside the box. Headed back into play. Was it Kama or?
It was Kama. It was Kama's Villard, yeah. Who laid it up for, who did Timon Machope to finish with another.
First I thought maybe it's Watermsona. It's not quite clear, but it's Kama Billiard. Looks like Kama Billiard from that replay there.
Looks like Kama Billiard here.
And the 4 minutes of injury time to be added on here, we are already into the 30 minutes of it.
Yes.
So I'm sure we're going to play
4 minutes,
after the restart. Yes. Exactly. So it looks like a bad injury there to Peter Mdua.
That's the Scotland brass band.
Exactly. So it's confirmed it's a penalty at Moss there, and Salif Chair converting right at the death there. But the full time is still to be blown there at Ngoni Stadium. They're deep into injury time. The Ngoda boys conceding a late penalty.
Salif Chair being the scorer. And I think they're now in their 6th minute of additional time out there in Norton.
Yes, 6 minutes. There is the replay again. There is the clash of heads.
Yes,
actually, Peter Mdua at the back of John Joao. It will be interesting to see. There is the replay again. Peter Mdua rising high up there, climbing and heading John Joao at the back there, but he come off west. There is Peter Mdua, and you can see it's showing there. You see, there is a
He's got a swollen forehead there.
swollen forehead.
I wonder if he's trying to
not
continue.
happy.
I think he's trying to continue, to say, no, I can continue. I think against medical advice, Nick Munyongwa there, I think he's telling him no to sit out the last few minutes of the game. But Peter Mdua seemingly being militant and not wanting to get off of the pitch. I think he's saying, I still can make it.
But the rules, he cannot make it before a drop ball starting there, and ends up wasting the opportunity. The rules say if you want to come back, first of all, you need to go outside the field of play. Remember, with the length stoppage here, almost 4 minutes, when Peter Mdua was receiving some treatment there, and he can't control his anger there.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think John Joao didn't do much wrong there. It was actually Peter Mdua who rose high. He tried to hit the ball, he missed the ball, and he clashed his head with John Joao's head. Kama Billiard. That was a deft touch by Kama Billiard, killing the ball like gravity doesn't exist.
It's like he used his hands.
Throwing to Scotland, sorry, to Herentials, and Scotland agreeing and disagreeing with the referee. Brighton Majarira. Long ball forward. Headed forward there by Mpema. Fighting for possession. Kubidai. Majarira Brighton. Puts it back. Header flick forward. Headed away by Madake. Vasile Kawe. Handling offense, but the referee play on. Chance for Herentials. What an intervention there by God knows Murwira. Priceless defending by Murwira. And Scotland celebrate that defensive block there as if they have scored a goal. That is worth a goal, Joseph.
Yes, God knows, coming in with a timely intervention there. As his name suggests, only God knew where he placed him, and he was correctly positioned.
And the Herentials waste the opportunity. And this time is not on their side. Time is ticking away here to Rufaro. The referee looks at his watch. Goal kick to Scotland. There is the move. Tino Benza was looking for Mpema.
God knows did very well.
Yes.
And that cross there.
That was Mahembe Prince. And God knows from Norway. And there is Murwira, God knows, behind the goal kick. Looks like we have some muscle injuries problems for the goalkeeper Nelson Charger. So if Scotland managed to keep what fought for this victory, it means Nelson Charger will be in goals next week against Dynamos. That is on Sunday. Free kick to Scotland there. The referee's flag was up. Was it offside or an infringement?
The far side assistant referee waved for a free kick.
Looks like it was an infringement because the way he signaled his flag looks like there was an infringement. There it is.
Or maybe he's judging to have used his elbow.
Yes, that was Prince Chama. Been penalized. And Nelson Charger delaying tactics, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I think just trying to kill off the steam.
And the referee is holding a yellow card in his hands. I'm sure he's going to flash it to Nelson Charger for time wasting.
He's waiting for him to stand up.
But then he might feel he had done he's holding his muscle and then he goes down slowly.
But again, you know, the football players are clever. You know, these are the mind games that you find in football. Football players are always clever. You always try to do something that gives your team an advantage. In this case, the Herentials are on the momentum. They are hunting and chasing an equalizer, which is not coming, and they are desperate. And of course, Nelson Chadga there will do anything in the book to try and kill off that momentum. Yes, of course, he'll get himself a yellow card for that, but effectively what that does is somehow kills the energy and the momentum that has been building from Herentials.
Yes, a yellow card has been flashed there to Nelson Chadga. And the referee says, I want to see your number, show me your number. The bearded man, Lennon Guara, has been traveling with the national team as a physiotherapist. So God knows Murgira behind that free kick after Prince Chama was penalized. Confirmation, Nelson Chadga, goalkeeper for Herentials, former of Ngezi Platinum Stars. And the referee, Nelson Mege, blows to end the match here. And FC Scotland here, 3 precious points. Herentials biting the dust here at Rufaro Stadium. What a match we witnessed here on May Day. Joseph, at Ngoni Stadium, is it full time? Was it, has it ended 1-1 or is there still playing?
And curiously, the game is still on with now in the 13th minute of additional time in Norton. We still have to get more details why there's been an extended additional time out there in Ngoni, but still 1-1 in Ngoni Stadium where Moors are hosting Manica Diamond. Still 1-1.
And there we have confirmation of the final score line here at Rufaro Stadium. Scotland FC 1, Herentials FC 0, and 3 precious points for Scotland. And the Tonderandiras men's stanza might climb. They are now on 3rd position as we prepare to cross to the pitch side where our man Valentine Mabugu is waiting for some interviews with the 2 coaches. Over to Valentine.
Thank you very much to our commentary team there of John Carney. And of course, I've got the Herentials coach, tough one coach, but an interesting game of 2 halves where in the first half you had good opportunities to have drawn first blood, but it wasn't to be as Scotland finally got the winner here.
Yeah, we got our chances and we failed to bury them. They got one chance and they buried it and they won the game. So congratulations to them.
And of course, you've got the game coming this weekend. Looking ahead, what can you pick for the players going forward after this one?
Yeah, we really need to pick up points in the next game because losing today was very painful. So we're going to go all out to go into a fight in the next game and we'll try to collect maximum points.
Tough luck, coach, but thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was the Herentials coach there, Miss Smith, speaking to you how they wasted some of the chances in the first half. But the triumphant coach is here, stands at on the right, Jiraya. What a game, and of course, a game you had to be solid. You had to get that chance and score as well. A solid victory for you. I'm sure you'll be happy with the effort that the lads did put on this afternoon.
Yeah, I think we put up a very good defensive show in the second half. After leading, we then had to defend that goal. We knew we were going to run out of energy because, like I said, we traveled from Kariba. It was a very demanding match, so we knew some of our players will not last the game. But I'm happy for the boys. They fought for a victory today after 3 consecutive draws. So I'm very excited for them. It was a very difficult first half for them, though we created a few opportunities. But in the end, after they scored, they put in all the shift to make sure that we collect maximum points today.
And a quick one, also looking ahead to the game against Dynamos, that's a big one. And this is the momentum that you needed going into that derby.
Yeah, we really wanted to win. After 3 consecutive draws, we really wanted to win. So that would take those 3 points into the a big game against Dynamos. But all the same, look, what more can you ask for from these lads? We were never going to really put up a very flawless performance because of the traveling that we've had. Midweek games will normally pan out like this, and I'm happy that we collected maximum points today.
Congratulations, coach, and all the best on your Sunday game against Dynamos.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So there you have it. Todorai Stans and Diraya confirming that, of course, it was a difficult journey from Kariba to come here. They couldn't have taken that momentum, but right now, certainly hope you did enjoy this live broadcast on behalf of our commentary team of John Kani as well as William Tigwa. Certainly hope you did enjoy this live broadcast. And of course, my name is Valentine Mabuga. It's back to the studio.
I also want to finish